What's up, guys? So Fresh Blaze back with another video. I had to talk about it. NBA free agency 2016. It definitely went down, and it went off with a bang with Kevin Durant deciding not to re-sign with the Thunder and go to the Warriors. Durant's making a big move to to chase that ring, and you know he's desperate for a ring, so hopefully he gets it. My opinion on the move? I thought it was a sheepish move by him. He was the man. He was the leader of his team. They were pretty close to the finals last season. He was that close. Even though that the Warriors made that comeback, but they were so close to beating the Warriors to getting into the finals. I would think that would make him want to stay, and plus the Thunder trading for Oladipo, I thought that would show that the Thunder are making steps to improve themselves, and he's gonna want to stay. But apparently that's not the case, and so he goes and joins a stacked team already, and a team that already has their guy, their man, and so he's gonna be another player. But if they weren't stacked before, they're definitely stacked now. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the second surprise of this free agency is Dwayne Wade going to the Chicago Bulls. Now, I can't believe this. I found it just like Dwayne Wade. I wasn't expecting it. This definitely has the biggest surprise in free agency. Is I I think a lot of people expected Miami Heat to re-sign him, but apparently the Miami Heat's being too cheap. They're trying to get Dwayne Wade to sign for less, but when you have a guy that's been in your franchise for so many years and brought you brought you some championships, you would think you would pay the guy. The Lakers did it with Kobe. They knew they had to pay the price, but they decided it didn't, and the Chicago Bulls capitalized, and so now Dwayne Wade's going home to Chicago. So there seems to be a lot of teams going back home to their hometowns. Now talking about the Bulls, they also signed Rajon Rondo. Wow, that's an interesting signing. Now the East got a lot more interesting with the Bull. That's going to be definitely an interesting team to watch. You got Rajon Rondo, Dwayne Wade, and Jimmy Butler. That'll be intriguing to watch. I definitely can't wait to watch them. Alright. I'm going to talk about another team in the East, the Celtics. They signed Al Horford. Now, if they weren't legitimate before, a legitimate playoff team, they definitely are a legitimate playoff team now with Al Horford. This definitely adds a lot to their team. Then I don't know who was playing center for them, but now they got an actual center. So oh man, honestly, this makes this team a lot more legitimate, and I definitely say this cements them being top 3 in the East. Now, another team in the East made a big signing is the Lanta Hawks. They signed Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard is gonna come home to play for the Hawks. So he'll definitely add to that Hawks team, that team oriented play style. I want to see how he fits in there, and maybe it'll improve his game since he was struggling over there and he wasn't playing at the same level he used to with the Houston Rockets. Now let's hop over to the West. Talking about big signings, where Mike Conley's got the biggest contract in NBA history. Now, did they overpay for him? Maybe, but at least they kept their star. At least you see some teams not keeping their stars, but the Grizzlies kept theirs. They were desperate to not lose anybody, and they kept Mike Conley. He's a solid player. He can shoot. And he also plays defense. I've definitely had him on my team in a couple fantasy draft associations in 2K. So hopefully the injury bug doesn't bite him again. He can do some damage with the Grizzlies. Now, another player the Grizzlies got, they signed him. They signed Chandler Parsons. Now, this was a great signing for the Grizzlies. They definitely needed Chandler Parsons. They definitely needed an offensive type of player that can give them points, because them being a defensive centric team, they weren't scoring a lot of points, so Chandler Parsons would definitely help with that. Now, another signing, I'm definitely wowed by it, is that Pau Gasol goes to the Spurs. Now, and his brother told him to go to the Spurs. I wasn't sure if he was going to go to the Spurs, especially if they would have enough money to sign him. But they got rid of Diao and they were able to make some space for him. So definitely wow. That team was deep before, and now it's even deeper with Pau Gasol. The Spurs never. They never stop surprising me, especially getting LaMarcus Aldridge last season. Now they got Pau Gasol, so they definitely just placed themselves. They stuck themselves at still in the top two in the West. Now I'm gonna talk about another West team that I thought would have actually did something. Would have made some big moves. Would be the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, they retained their guy in Jordan Clarkson, but I was expecting to sign some big free agents. They thought they were going to sign Kevin Durant, which that wasn't happening. Well, I don't know why they thought they had a chance. All the money they offered, I still wouldn't play for LA. They still got nobody. That team is definitely still rebuilding. So the consolation prize of not getting Kevin Durant or Hassan Whiteside, they get Timofey Mozgov. Now, not saying Timofey Mozgov's bad. He was pretty good. I felt like the Cavs definitely should have used him in the finals last season. He definitely was solid for them when he was playing for them, but he was solid for them last season, but the coach didn't give him enough minutes, and he wasn't able to make an impact in the rotation that Tyronn Lue had for him. And so we're gonna hop back to the East, and we're gonna talk about a team close to my team, the Brooklyn Nets. They signed Jeremy Lin. So I felt that Jeremy Lin really made some strides with the Charlotte Hornets. He was real good. He played really well for them, and I thought he would have stayed with the Hornets because it seemed like he really found his team. He really found his place over there in Charlotte. But it appears Jeremy Lin, he wants to be the man and be in the starting lineup. So he'll get to do that with the Nets. And rumored they're supposed to sign Alan Crabb. for 4 years. So the Nets were getting a lot younger. I will say, I've used Alan Crabb in NBA 2K. I'll say he's a budget baller. He can shoot the three. So that's not a bad signing. But I want to see how this works out in real life with Alan Crabb, because he doesn't play the same way in real life than how I play with him in 2K. Now we're gonna go to my team, the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks finally make some big moves this free agency. The Knicks get Derrick Rose in the trade for Robin Lopez and Jerry Grant. Uh, I felt a little uneasy about the trade, knowing the injury history of Derrick Rose. But we had I'll, and Robin Lopez was very solid for us. He was defensive anchor down there. He was getting a lot of rebounds. He definitely put a lot of effort last season. So, but the point guard hole, the spot for the point guard was a huge hole for this team, and there wasn't much selection for the point guard. There wasn't much pickings for the point guards this season. So it's a good thing that we got Derrick Rose. So we filled the bigger hole in the point guard. We made one hole in the center, but filled the bigger hole in the point guard position. Now, even though we made a hole at the center, we filled it right away by signing Joakim Noah. Great signing. Didn't think the contract was bad or he got overpaid. You have to expect this, seeing that the salary caps increased. Players are getting a lot more money, so you can't complain. Robin Lopez, well, I would say was kind of overpaid last season, but the salary cap increased last season also, so you got to expect that players are getting paid more. I'll talk about one more hole that the Knicks had to fill, which was the shooting guard spot. Now, it was rumored that the Knicks might get Dwayne Wade. That they had the Bleacher Report had the picture of Dwayne Wade with the starting five, and I'm happy they didn't sign Dwayne Wade. Not saying he's a bad player, but we need to get younger, and signing Dwayne Wade won't do that. Another option that they said the Knicks might get was Eric Gordon, and thank God we didn't get him, because we don't need another injury-ridden player. We already got Derrick Rose. People are already saying Derrick Rose is going to get injured as soon as he hops off the plane of NY. But, you can't. I think Derrick Rose will make an impact. He will make an impact now that he's got players around him. Okay, so talking about the third option for the shooting guard spot, we got Courtney Lee. I was hoping the Knicks would sign him. Two-way player. Shot a good percentage from three-point field last season, and also could play defense. We definitely need defense in this lineup, especially with Melo. A lot of people say Melo don't play defense. I would say otherwise, because when I'm playing with him, he definitely plays defense. And so with those signings, we also get Brandon Jennings. Now I know. So this is I was surprised by this signing, because I didn't think I was surprised by this signing, because I wasn't expecting the Jennings to sign with the Knicks. And Brandon Jennings for his whole career has been wanting to come to the Knicks ever since when he was on the Milwaukee Bucks and been killing them every time they faced. So we got a little deeper, and another signing the Knicks made was Lance Thomas. I'm happy they kept him. He was really solid. He was a great spark off the bench. He really contributed to the team. He was the only bright spot to the part of the Knicks. Only bright spot. He was not the only, but he was one of the bright spots of the Knicks last season. when he came off the bench, and he really contributed. So with that, that will conclude my free agency review. Uh, with that, that will conclude my free agency review so far as of July 8th, 2016. If any more moves happen, maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know, but I'll I might might make another video discussing the breakdown of the Knicks for next season, based on what happened this free agency and what the starting lineup looks like, and also I might post some more Brooklyn Nets Association mode footage. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.